What's good, YouTube? I go by the name of Q. If you're unfamiliar, if you are familiar, shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel. I find change everywhere I go. Everywhere I go in passing, I can't avoid it, and I definitely can't ignore it. As you can see in my coin jar right there, that's in pretty much all of my videos. That's all change that I found in this year alone, 2020. From the beginning of the year to where we are now, all that change I found on the ground. I found it in grocery stores. I found it in the parking lot of grocery stores. I found it in vending machines. I found it at the car wash. I found it in drive-thrus, and even the stereotypical couch cushion. Lift up the couch cushion, change is right there. It's literally everywhere. Everywhere you go. I work at the railroad, so you know there's always change on the train. As long as there's passengers, I find change on the train every single day I go to work. So what I do, I bring it home and I add it to my collection. So what that collection is something that I started a couple years back, probably 4 years now, when I got real conscious with it. Every penny, every dime, every nickel, any coin that I find, I bring it home and I add it up and I see how much I can save throughout the year. And by the end of the year, I pretty much do whatever I please with it because it's free money and it's mine and it's tax free, right? So this year I decided to do something different. I was putting the last couple years of my change collection towards my debts. I was paying off student loan debts, as a lot of you may know, and I will put all that towards my debt. But now that I'm debt free, I'm gonna put that into an ETF, or I don't know, a ETF or a stock. I think I might choose a stock to invest in, but I have a philosophy and I want to exercise it, and I want to let it be known, like, you can really make profit from pennies. Pennies are highly underrated, highly undervalued, highly overlooked, and that don't sit too well with me. So I just want to shed some insight. That's it. I'm going to give y'all a brief backstory, and then by the end of this video, I'm going to share exactly how much I have in that jar so far. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all like this video if you're liking what you're seeing so far. When I was younger, my grandparents, they used to always collect change. They used to always pick up pennies off the ground when I was with them, and I never knew what they were doing. They would pick it up and they would always say, I'm 5 cents richer, or I'm 1 cent richer, or I'm 10 cents richer. And as a kid, of course, kids pick up on everything. Like, I have a 1-year-old daughter. My daughter watches everything I do. I can just see her downloading things, so I'm always careful about what I'm doing in front of her. So I picked up on what my grandparents was doing, and then over time, I noticed my dad did the same exact thing. So you know how they say the apple don't fall far from the tree? That's where that comes from. What I'm doing now is what my dad did, and what he still does, and what my grandparents did. And it just carried over throughout generations, which was a great thing. In hindsight, it's a really great thing. I was wondering why I saw all these coin jars around the house. My dad kept a coin jar. My grandparents kept, you know, those 5-gallon Hinkley Spring, like you have the water machines in your house. Those big jugs used to be filled with change throughout my grandparents' house, and I was just like, man, I would go in there actually. I would actually sneak some change out of there to go to the candy store when I was a kid. But that is what you can do over time by just simply noticing some random loose change on the ground, bringing it home and adding it up. It's literally free money. It's literally tax-free money, and you can do whatever you want with it. A philosophy that I have is there's over $1 million. There's literally more than $1 million on the ground currently throughout the entire world, right? Over the last 4 years, consistently, I found an average of $105. $105 just in change and passing over the last 4 years. So that's 400 free dollars that I didn't have to work for, that I didn't go out of my way for, that I didn't have to pay tax on. I know that might sound far-fetched, but it's not. When you really think about it, it's not far-fetched at all, because think about it. If I find an average of $100 per year, just me, in my little geographical area, right? I live in Chicago. Chicago is a huge city. It's a huge city. So every city, every town, every state, every neighborhood, every country, there's definitely, like, there's 100% over $1 million on the ground right now that people just walk over. Don't look at, don't pay no mind or attention to. And then you got people like me who just come in for the swoop, pick it up, and I'm gonna turn that into profit. Every single day on my Instagram, I snap exactly what I find in the day. I title it Today's Finds. If you follow me on IG, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not following me on IG, head over there right now so you can see. I document every find of the day. I put it in my jar, and I also take a picture and show what the balance is. And I just let people know over time, like they started noticing it, and people let me know, like, man, your today's finds, they motivate me, they inspire me, they excite me, and they really lets me know, right? It's a reminder. It's a reminder that I can really be doing a lot with a little, and that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of why I share it, because for one, I don't see anybody else doing it. I know a lot of people who save change. I know a lot of people who collect change, but my philosophy is a little bit different, right? So I'm gonna share exactly what's in that change jar. And like I said, I'm gonna invest into an ETF or a stock of my choice. I haven't figured out yet. Y'all shoot me some ideas in the comment section and we can figure it out. But I started a hashtag, profit from pennies. And we're gonna make this a trendy thing, man, because it's one thing to look at a penny as just 1 cent. But like I said in a previous video, you can't get to any dollar amount without that first cent. You can't get to $1 without that first cent. You can't get to $1 million without 1 penny. Every dollar amount starts with 1 penny. This thing got some weight to it. I wish I had a scale so I can weigh it to see how much it weighs. This thing is really, really heavy. This is it. And shout out to my brother Josh. He actually bought me this change jar about 6-7 years ago for my birthday. Or he might have bought it for Christmas, I don't know. But he knew I had a fascination with change, right? And he bought me this. This is one of the dopest gifts that I've ever gotten in my life. On the front, I don't know if you can see here, but it says rainy day fund. Rainy day fund. I don't think you can read it, but I should make my own coin jar, low key. So without further ado, I'm gonna share exactly how much I found and saved throughout the year of 2020. And of course, I'm gonna make a follow-up video showing exactly what I invested that money into. For the year 2020, I don't know why I'm giggling. Like, this wakes up my inner child. I don't know what it is. It just, this is exciting. Like, this is a passion for me, man. Like, I really have a fascination for these coins. I love some change, man. For the year of 2020, y'all ready for this? I found a total of $88.83. That's crazy. That's crazy. Did y'all see that? $88.83. All in passing, all free money, all tax-free money. I can do whatever I want to do with that money. Y'all get it now. Y'all get it now. And 12 months, and I get it. $80 is not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money if you didn't have to work for it. It's free. You can give it away. You can invest it. You can spend it on whatever you want to spend it on, but whatever you do with it, it's up to you. It's yours. It's your choice. It's your money. And I just want to make it a trendy thing because that jar was empty back in January. I start fresh at the top of every year. I start fresh. January, that thing's going to be empty, and over time, y'all will see it continue to rise throughout my videos, and it's something that I take pride in. It's something that I really have a passion for, and it's something that I also want to get everybody to understand and comprehend. You can really do a lot with a little, and it's all about the mindset you have. People have called me crazy time and time again, and that's okay. Oh, you just collecting change, you picking up dirt, that's crazy. I get it. I get it, and that's fine. That's fine. But you know who else they call crazy? Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein has been called crazy countless amounts of time, right? Countless amounts of times, and he did nothing but continue to do him. And he also has the quote about the eighth wonder of the world being compound interest, right? He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. That's exactly how that works. So I want everybody to understand it and earn it and not just pay it. If you made it this far in the video, do me a huge favor and put in the comment sections hashtag profit from pennies. That way I know you're a real one, and that way I know you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I really appreciate that. Also, I feel a little bit arrogant comparing myself to Einstein, but it's a solid relation right there. That's very relatable, and it just makes sense. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Follow me on IG, Q Makes It Happen, on Instagram. I go by the name of Q. And like I always say, if Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. I'll let y'all next video. Peace.